actually have that this particular dog cam active right now. So let me just switch this up real quick. I apologize for blowing your ears out. I always forget to turn that notification thing off when I connect the Bluetooth to my phone. GoPro. Okay. Should be coming up. Man, my GoPro has been having some problems. Let me see. Let's try this. Let's see. This is stuck on GoPro. All right. There we go. Amateur status, guys. Love it. All right. So, welcome. Today is Fix It Friday. Just repositioning my screen so I can see stuff and do stuff and all that lovely stuff. Just in case I decide to play anything in a little bit, if I get some time. Let's hide that. If anybody knows, I don't really understand why my OBS seems to. I used to use that music streaming service from Twitch that's supposed to be Twitch friendly, but when I used it, they muted my streams. So I stopped using it after the first two. I couldn't get it to integrate properly with the OBS software that I was using either way. So it wasn't really a big deal for me, but if in OBS I can't seem to stop it from coming up, and I have to double check and see if I installed something to make that continue to come up, or what, but whatever. So let's see, what are we doing today? Fix It Friday is all about, welcome to everybody who's here, by the way. Fix It Friday is all about basically just if something you notice hasn't been working throughout the week, you feel like something's off, you feel like you need to recalibrate a little bit and, kind of think about some things, it's a good idea to start right now. And, in the middle of me trying to sleep last night, I started off the day on a weird note because my son woke up having a nightmare. And it was unfortunate, but it's been a crazy couple of weeks for those of you who have been following the channel and stuff, and with me so far. I appreciate it. It's been a definite learning curve, but it's been fun. Excuse me, and sorry, I'm just double checking on some stuff. So yeah, he woke up probably about 1:30. He was having a nightmare, and it woke him up. He was crying, screaming, and stuff. And so I went up to his room. I laid with him for a little while, and once he was calm and comfortable, I tried to come back down to my room and lay back down and get back to sleep. And I couldn't get to sleep. It was so I was up from like 1:40, 1:50 to 5 a.m. and I started drifting back asleep, and then my wife had to wake up for work, so I was up from there a little bit, fell back asleep, and then something else happened, and I think I heard my wife leaving or something like that. I have the unfortunate ability, I forgot what it's called, but with ADHD comes this magnificent ability to be able to hear almost everything. Almost everything. So if you're in a loud environment, let me define this, because I've had my hearing tested. I've had things done on my ears because I also get vertigo and things like that at times. It comes from like this habit that I developed of like stretching my jaw and cracking my eardrums, and I'm trying to break myself of that habit every day. But there becomes like this pain after a while, and sometimes even if I just yawn, it'll crack my jaw. So I'm really trying to stop that, because whatever that is, it's causing these intermittent, every once in a while, vertigo spells. So we don't want that to continue. That's not fun. But yeah. So I'm figuring that out, and so um, I've been tested. My hearing's been tested. My eardrums are looked at and everything. Everybody says everything's perfectly healthy. And they said I have the hearing of a newborn baby, which is both a blessing and a curse, because something to me that sounds like it's blasting my ears out might be like a normal volume. Um, or if I'm in a crowded room, that's people's opportune times to be like, oh, I thought you could hear everything, blah blah blah, but you can't hear me right in front of you, type of thing. And you gotta, I have to explain to them, like, look, bro, it's because I hear you. I definitely hear you talking, but I also hear the lights. I hear the fans in the background. I hear everything else that's going on in the background. I hear people across the room. It could be a crowded cafeteria. I hear people across the room talking, and it's not exactly that I can decipher what they're saying, but especially like I've tested it out, and I'll know the person's voice and I'll hear it from across the room. So it makes it difficult to pay attention in situations like that. And funny thing is, that's one hard, really, really hard thing about wearing masks. I work at an animal ER and we have to wear masks there, either no matter what. So to talk to some of my coworkers, like we have oxygen systems that go on in the background for animals that need oxygen support and things like that. We have a lot of beeps and blips and everything all over, and there's a lot of machine noises because of x-rays and whatever else. So yeah, sorry. So I hear everything that's going on, and my coworker will be talking just casually, not anything important, because usually we yell important things so that everybody in the room can hear. And but a coworker will be talking to me, and if they're either talking low or if they're talking normal volume, sometimes just because I can't focus on their mouth and read their lips, I have a hard time hearing people because of all that background noise. So um, yeah. So I hear everything. I can be like, I can be across the house and I hear my in-laws upstairs and across the way, or I hear people in the kitchen. Sometimes, like last night, it was also I heard one single cricket in right outside my window. Um, and no, I we have fans on down here. According to my audio readings, you can hear like little traces of it in the background, although I don't hear it through my headphones when I listen back. But we have fans on in the background. We have a dehumidifier down here in the office area, and so there's a lot of like like that low grade humming. So that generally helps distract my brain enough to fall asleep most times. And if not, I have used those like negative 32 decibel earplugs, but I don't like using those because I've taken such a long extended time to train my brain to relax itself and accept the sounds that are going on around me. And kind of think of like if you've seen the last Superman movie with Henry Cavill, or however you pronounce his name. In the movie, it talks about how he's kind of had to just breathe through the noises and just accept everything, accept the noises that are going on and concentrate on filtering them out. And I've taken a very, very long time to do that. And it's not easy, especially for somebody like me, where I can get full control of my brain. But then if I hear a pin drop in the background, my mind is honing in on where that pin is and where it dropped and what it could have dropped from. And then it steamrolls into this whole thing, Um, So yeah, I prefer not to use those headphones because of that, because I feel like it negates the work that I put into being able to accept those sounds and such. So last night was just a weird cluster of things that just happened, and it is what it is. I didn't think I was going to be streaming today. I am streaming late. I have altered my schedule so that I have to post up my schedule somewhere because Twitch is really confusing me with my times. It says it's centered to my home time, which is Eastern Standard Time, but it keeps going to UTC, which is Universal Time something, I think. But yeah, it was saying like 5:30 p.m. today, which would be 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is my time. But I don't know why it's saying 5:30 p.m. if it's supposed to be reading off of what my system is. My system's set for the right time, so I don't know. But Fridays are looking like it's going to be more of 9:30 to 11:30 type of deal, because I have to get my son from his school, and yeah, it's not going to be forever, just because I'm putting plans into place to be able to leave my job and pursue a full-time career at home. It's been in the works for a while, and I just have to get some things together with, my health coaching services and make that more of a full-time thing, and, really institute that more than I have. Um, we get caught up in these storms that I'll get into in another stream at some point, but we get caught up in these storms of everything that goes on in our lives, and we have just come to a point where we just kind of accepted the fact that things are the way they are in some cases, but we also need to do certain things to get out of the ruts that we've been in. And I have a habit of noticing these almost before they happen, but I don't always act on them, and I'm starting to learn to. I'm starting to learn to trust my intuition on that. And so that's what today's kind of Fix It Friday for me is going to be about, is putting some plans together, instituting some things, and getting some things rolling so that start of Monday, I can hit the ground running. I'll be dripping in little things over the weekend while I'm working and stuff like that, but it's my goal. It's my goal coming up soon. Good morning, Andrea. How are you? Hey, my whole life makes sense. I had a setback, figured out I needed master's instead of a bachelor's. I didn't want a master's because of having to do a thesis, but I'm going to make it work and prove my theory. My master's thesis topic, if I had to pick today, autism is the next phase of evolution. That's interesting, and I'll tell you why once I'm done reading this, your statement. It shouldn't be feared. It should be adapted to and appreciated, and all holistics need to stop forcing us to conform, but get out of our way and let us change the world. So use your quote unquote disabilities as your superpower, like I am. Yes, exactly. And that goes back. Good for you. Congratulations. Yeah, the master's and bachelor's thing can be tricky, but I know that there's certain programs out there where you can get into therapeutic treatments when you have your bachelor's. And then you can do certain things like I don't want to say like internships or whatever, but like apprenticeships almost, where you can get some knowledge in that sense too. And I know that helps accelerate your gaining your master's degree if that's truly what you want to do. Yeah, but me and a couple of my coworkers from when I used to work at institutions for people with autism, we often talked about how we thought that autism and neurodivergence in general were more of an evolution rather than a disability. And it's multiple things, through some of the habits that people have, through some of the situations that we've seen, like the autistic kids that we used to work with surviving, and the medications that they took and how resistant they could become to like the medications in general and illness and things like that. It just amazed us in some of the situations we were introduced to, and it amazed us also because there, you always hear when you're in training for those kind of jobs, or when you're in therapy like I was, you hear that, oh, your mind is miswired or it's wired differently or something like that. And I often find that, like, okay, maybe my mind is miswired or wired differently, whatever you want to call it, but it suits me better. And I notice that people often look to me for advice on certain things because I can do that outside the box thinking, and it's not just what is presented to me like everybody else falls suit with. Um, yes, I want to help autistics get out of crisis and into a happier, more stable state, and so give them an opportunity to shine. Yes, it's definitely needed. I went to school with a young man named Jesse Saperstein. He has, I believe, it was classified as Asperger's syndrome, but it's, they put it under the umbrella of autism. And I'm not 100% on that, but I know autism's in the mix. And he had published a book called Atypical. So I don't know if that's something you want to check out, but I know he was promoting it for a very long time. He was on a kind of speech circuit for a while, and I always thought it was interesting because I grew up with the kid and I had no idea. You know, that's just the type of guy I am. If you don't see him, whatever, like if you're not showing me honest signs, I wouldn't have even thought about it. Back in the day, that's how I was raised, and it was just interesting to meet him now and see where he's at and see what he's doing. And, for him to be such a successful, writer, it was pretty interesting. Writer slash speaker, thinking along the lines of like Temple Grandin and things like that too. He's not up to that level yet, but he might be getting there soon. Yeah, so that's an important role. I think it's important for us all to speak up and support each other and really be there for each other and be each other's, not just shoulder to cry on, but, shoulder to lean on, somebody to talk to and that understands, because, neurodivergence is a crazy situation to have to sum it all up into one word like that. But I like it because you're divergent from the rest of the crowd. You know what I mean? And I think it's very important. I think you're doing some good stuff, and I'm excited to know you and be meeting you in this process of your life and to see where you go with that. I'm very excited for it. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I hear my dogs barking and my daughter's taking a nap, so I'll be back in 2 minutes. All right. Sorry about that. My daughter was very tired this morning, so I wanted to make sure that the dogs didn't wake her up at all. Um, it's not being divergent that causes me to need medication. It's trying to make it in the non-divergent world that drives me crazy. Yeah, no, that's definitely the truth. That's what I'm trying to say is that, I think it's funny that they often say that we need medication, we need help, we need this, we need that, we need all this other stuff. because we can't get along in the real world in a lot of ways. And the thing is, we find our own ways. We find our ways to get along. We find our ways to make it through everything. And even though it might be stressful, eventually we all have the ability to, like find our own path and finally be happy. Sometimes it takes a little ear, and that's what our support is all about. You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes another ear to just know that you're who you are and you're just an individual person, and that's the basis of it. Regardless of what's going on in your mind, regardless of what's going on in your body, you are still human. Humans are meant to be diverse. Humans are not meant to be one track across the board. You know what I mean? Humans are meant to be diverse people, and there's a lot of good ones out there that don't even know that there's another alternative to how they think or how they feel most of the time. Drinking some kombucha. So have you done any research into what schools you're going to be attending or what programs you're going to be going for or anything like that? Have you gotten any further with that? And you could be a good teacher too. Not to switch gears from what I just asked, but you could also be a good teacher too, because you're somebody who is learning. You're somebody who's growing, like we talked about the other day, and you're somebody who's progressing, even in like we talked about you not being aware of like other racial cultures and things like that, and having like mixed messages about it and trying to just learn and grow and be better and help promote them and things like that. um you could also be that person for other autistic people as well, and you can be that person who's like, hey, we're not just something to put in a program and write us off for the rest of our lives. We're artists, we're musicians, we're writers, we're everything that anybody else can be and more than that. We can be savants, we can be perfectionists, we can be great at what we do regardless. It's just a little bit different. You got to reach outside your box to understand each other, just like you do with normal people. I'm just getting started on my autistic passion research role. I have a long way to go, but I figured I have until January to start back at school. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and just take it in stride. There's no reason, like we said before, there's no reason to like rush through it or anything. Schools will always be taking on students, and you'll find your avenue. If nothing else, it just gives you more time to get more clarity. I just want to see. Couldn't find any songs to play. This player is great, but I can't wait until I find. Um, I know how to do it. I just have to take the time and like really do it so that I can separate the audio files from from my streams for when I load them up to YouTube. Because to have Twitch safe music and YouTube safe music in one thing, you're very limited in what songs you have most of the time, even though they're adding more and more. But let's try this one. I don't know if it'll put me to sleep, but let's see. Oh, that's all the way to the end. Chilled stuff. Oh, that's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I'll ride this out. Why not? Let me know if the music in the background's too loud or if it's drowning out my voice or anything. And I'll turn my microphone up a little bit just so I can hear it as well. So you have anything else going on for the day, or is that your main goal for the day and the week? I'm actually going to stand up in a second because I want to get some stuff done. And I find it better that to stand up when I'm trying to actually accomplish things. As you can see, my head slowly disappear. We're back. Still not that. We're almost there. There we go. I hit the wrong trigger for my for my voice. I turned up the secondary mic. Wonder if... Let me just see. It's so strange because I could have sworn I heard it coming through on mine before. Let me just double check though. That's something I desperately want to get figured out. I would definitely want to integrate music into my streams, but hold on one second. I would definitely want to integrate music into my streams. Hold on one second. I hear it in the back of mine, so hopefully it picks up soon. All right. Autistic getting passionate about something can be misinterpreted as a manic episode. Yes, it definitely can be. Today I'm just trying to convince non-autistics in my life that I'm fine, not manic. Yeah, it definitely can be. I feel that. A lot of people think that ADD people, they still call it manic episodes. A lot of people think ADHD people can are more on the level of like bipolar and stuff like that because, you know, they're definitely like overexcited about something. So yeah, I definitely feel you on that. Full videos I'm going to keep up. Clips. I don't think I need to keep the edits though. No clips yet. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I don't overload like my computer with all my like video clips and stuff that I've been working on.
I don't know what y'all think, but I think that's pretty.
Streaming. Nope, keep that stuff right in there. That's that. That's that. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Okay, downloads. Load all these up. So yeah, what I do is I try to download my clips off of Twitch, and then I'll put them into, like, I'll just upload them right away onto YouTube. And then when I get the opportunity, I'll do it like one video series at a time. Like, I'll go through and I'll edit to just cut out like some of the whatever back and forth stuff. And, you know, so I like to try to make sure I maintain that, because I can just forget really easily that I'm like loading stuff up, you know. So we'll move that. Actually, I don't need to move those. Oh wait, 3Z. Yeah, no, I don't think those are it. Figure it out. And I don't go too crazy with that, because, you know, I have a lot of stuff to edit through my podcast stuff, and I'm definitely going to be starting back up with that hardcore again next week. You know, and I'd like to focus on most of the important stuff. And, you know, I want people to know how my streams are going to be. So if they check this stuff out on YouTube, they like what they see, that type of thing. Like, maybe I'll go back one day and, like, you know, just cut up the clips or whatever, so I have some stuff to throw up on Twitch. My daughter's waking up. It's all right. She'll hang out and play. She's good like that. Let me actually move this down so I can see this a little bit better. I actually don't have a lot of room in my little area where I am back here. So I like lay my chair down under my desk while I'm standing up and doing other things. But this is what I was doing last night at, you know, 2-3 o'clock in the morning when I couldn't sleep. I was just writing just to get stuff out of my mind, and came up with some good stuff. This book is going to go with me back and forth between home and work, because it's a lot of stuff that I can come up with, you know, on the fly. And it's, you know, all inclusive. It's for the stream. It's for my health coaching services, you know, stuff like that. And I think, you know, I had some good stuff that I just kind of like blah out of my brain, you know. Something that's always on every single one of my lists is research, study, and learn. Always on my lists, because it's, you know, I do it anyway, but I feel like it just serves as a reminder, because a lot of time I feel like I need to get to know more. I need to learn more. I need to, you know, keep up. I need to do a lot, you know, to study and stuff like that. And it's just mainly like, you know, you read a book or two, you follow your passion, and you know, follow professionals in the field and things like that, and you just go along with things, you know. And you like, for me, I have to learn as I go. I listen to audiobooks a lot, because I have great auditory processing. I'm very hands-on when I learn. So like, the only thing that's detrimental is like reading. I have to put that into practice, you know, in order to get any kind of benefit from that. Other than that, you know, like I always have like a rotation of stuff that I'm learning at any given time, you know. So I always try to maintain that, and I never want to lose that. It's a way for me to kind of keep my mind fresh, I feel like. Because I have a habit of walking off with forgetting to take these off. I have like a good like 10-foot cord to go into my my headphone jack. I guess I do that to myself all the time. But so have you like looked up anybody that you know, like not just schools and stuff, but anybody that you follow or anything like that, to kind of get, you know, ideas of things? Or Have you looked into any of that kind of stuff? Like social media is obviously never really a great choice just for information, but sometimes you can find some good gems and stuff like that on there. I try to surround myself with people, especially on social media. Yeah, I like to research myself too. I do a lot of that back and forth. Like I'll look up stuff and I'll find people who kind of resonate with me and stuff like that. And I like to surround myself with people that I can resonate with. But again, that's usually like a rotational list for me too, because like I used to follow some fitness enthusiasts, and they had real great scientific factual information about exercise, and it turned from that into basically kind of selling pictures of themselves on just OnlyFans or whatever. And I was like, that's not where I'm at. I understand people got to make a living, and I don't judge, but that's not what I feel like looking at. So I'm always on a constant rotation for that kind of stuff. And my other goal for next week is to begin putting together an audition tape for doing voiceovers as like a hobby, like a side hustle type of thing, because I have a lot of fun with that, playing with my voice. It's something that I used to do as a kid a lot, and between making noises and sounds, and I used to sing at one point, in chorus, and like I used to sing outside of chorus a lot. I was in a band and stuff like that, so I have like a wide range of things that I can do with my voice, and I really want to get back to that, because that's not only good for me, it's good for my health too. My father passed away of a condition in his lungs called sarcoidosis, which lung issues and heart issues seem to run in both sides of my family. So, in doing a lot of like voice acting stuff and doing a lot of like talking and voice control, exercise, working out, stuff like that, all different ways to like work your lungs, work your cardiovascular system, gain control of your breath, gain control of like your mental status of like checking in where your body is and things like that. So I always found it a good way to kind of, keep myself occupied and keep myself busy. Other people around me used to get annoyed because I used to, not shut up. But, I want to get back to that, because that's one of the things I enjoy doing. And, even as I'm playing games, sometimes I'll like imitate the characters' noises, or like, their voices, or try to do my own voice with it or something. And, I'm way out of touch, way out of sync with it for a while now, but I want to get back into it and start putting a portfolio together for that. It's part of my plan to stop working at the ER because of all the crazy schedules and stuff like that. So but just moving some stuff around, sorry. I actually had a really good night with my family last night that I'm thankful for. I think that's why I feel so refreshed right now, is with the lack of sleep, I feel like I look horrible. I feel like my face is all flushed and stuff, but I feel energy wise like I'm gonna last until I have to sleep for work. And it was a good night. My son, it always melts my heart when my son's like, hey, will you play with me? Or any of my kids are like, hey, you want to play some games with us? You want to come play with us? You want to do this? Like, even if it's an everyday thing that happens 8 times a day, it still just melts my heart when they do that. So I had a great time. Me and him were playing Minecraft last night, and it was just a great time to hang out and just enjoy each other's company. And we don't get that a lot with all the craziness that happens in this house. So try to take it wherever I can. I'm very mindful of things like that because, you know, my father, like I just said, he had a lung condition that restricted him a lot from playing and stuff like that when we were kids. And I remember, you know, trying to toss the football around and like, hey, you know, like I was never really that into sports, but I always wanted him to play with us. And I was like, hey, you know, like let's run with the ball a little bit. Let's play catch. Let's do something. And, you know, he felt bad, but it was just really he couldn't do it. You know, his lungs would not supply the proper airflow and the you know, the blood flow to his body to or the proper oxygen to his blood to for his body to like be able to keep up with us, you know. And you know, you could tell he was beaten up by that. So I try to be mindful of every moment that I have with my kids like that, where, you know, even if I'm stressed out and crazy busy and exhausted and tired, like sometimes I got to tell them like, hey, honestly, like, listen, I can't do it. I'm tired. You know, I'm too beat, but I try to always get in there with them and play because he couldn't, you know? So that was a great time last night. Even if it was just video games, we did wrestle around for a little while. Me and all three of my kids and my wife, like we were all playing in the den. It was a good time. That's the kind of stuff. I think it's funny because, you know, you see a lot of, I feel like you see a lot of Instagram and TikTok parents and stuff like that. And they put up like the kids crying and all this crazy stuff. Or like even the reverse of that, where like everything's like great and it's like a honeymoon and whatever, and like everything's just working perfectly and everything's beautiful. And you know, I never quite understood it for myself, only because I don't have a camera around during those times. Like, you know, I try to get little snippets. I try to get pictures of happy memories as like regular people do, but you know, when we're all playing, and I'm more concerned about playing and hanging out and having fun than taking pictures and, you know, video and stuff like that. It's kind of a downfall a little bit because, you know, it's good memories. It's good stuff to remember. And, you know, I would love it if we had like a little auto drone or something that, you know, floated around and took all the memories, but that's just impossible. And, you know, privacy risk. So there's that. I didn't even brush my beard today. I woke up, got the kids right up, got everybody off to school. You know, put my daughter down for a nap and then came right on. So, Andrea, where do you find a lot of the research that you do, just out of curiosity? I know everybody ranges from like medical papers to, you know, psychology articles and things like that. So I was just curious as to where you get most of your research from. Oh, NIH, yeah, they're a pretty famous one. I know that. There's another one. I got it from what is it? It's something simple like medicalpages.org or something like that. That's not it. Don't go there. I don't know what it is, but I'll look it up and find it. But it was a speaker that was at my school. She's like a very well-known doctor that, you know, told you where they publish these free medical journals, and these, you know, you don't have to like subscribe or anything to look at them. It's just open source like information. You have to obviously be in the research field to be able to post up these articles and these papers, but you know, it's pretty good stuff. I found a lot of stuff that made sense, a lot of good information and such, and it's a good resource just to have. So I'll look that up and I'll try to put that up another day if I get a hold of it. How were you exposed to NIH? Just through your own discovery, or did you hear it from somebody, or what? Going through a bunch of stuff. Retirement of Coach's Eye. I don't know where that text myth came from. Don't know what it is. Damn, I haven't gone through my email in a long time. Skillshare, that, Steam, all that stuff can go. All that stuff can go. I'm looking for a very specific email. It's in regards to my Stream Elements because I was having a lot of issues. Just always known about NIH, I suppose, but when I research it, it often comes across detailed scientific studies in the NIH, and that's perfect kind of read for me. Yeah, definitely. And it's important, you know, to have it in the scientific background and know where your sources are coming from, you know. That's you know, a lot of people just kind of go with Google with a lot of things, and sometimes you don't really know where any of that information is actually coming from. Like, yeah, they say they have these certifications and stuff like that, but if you don't look them up, like I can go grab my certification to show you right now, but if you don't look them up, you know, and you don't get a certification number and things like that, like there's steps you got to go through to verify that it's accurate information that you're getting, or good quality information at least, you know. I have to update our ticket. Oh boy. Well, let me see. Actually, wait. Streamlabs didn't actually answer my my thing. They were just kind of like, well, if you're a subscriber, we'll help you. Go. Cool. Does that mean I could start customizing some things now, or what? I love that like when you get those notifications that you just purchased something, And it's like, you have just, like I literally do love it because I've avoided a lot of like credit card scams and stuff like that before. But yeah, I love it because there's also that thought of like, I know what I did. Let's see. General settings. I am doing stuff in the background. I'm not just standing here like scrolling through web pages or anything like that. Restrictions. Alert parries. I don't know what that means. Yeah, see, already I'm gonna have to chat with them still. It's unfortunate. Oh boy. Well, hopefully, I can get this figured out at the beginning of next week. I hope it's not going to take, a very long time. Wish I can like screen share it or something with them. But we'll figure it out. It's going well with me. I don't know if you were here when I started talking about it at the beginning of the stream. I was actually woken up. My son had a nightmare overnight, and with how everything's been going on in our family with the car accidents and my in-laws' health and stuff like that over the past couple of weeks, it's been a crazy transition time for everybody. But my son woke up in the middle of the night with a nightmare, and I went up and laid with him and talked to him a little bit to help kind of calm him down and stuff. And that instigated me being up from like 1:40 to 5 a.m. And then I was woken up intermittently because 5 a.m. is when my wife woke up, and then to go to work, and then 6 o'clock she left for work. So during each of those instances, I was woken back up. So I didn't get that great of sleep. That's why, I may not look rested. I feel rested as of right now, which is cool. But that's why I don't, really have anything going. Just kind of appreciating a chill stream, and was hoping to get some people in and chat about some stuff and get some actual things accomplished. So, we're doing it. But I will get the opportunity to sleep before work tonight. And also what I discussed in the beginning of the stream was that I am instituting plans right now and over the weekend, and really kicking them hard into motion next week, to be able to leave my job at the ER and start making streaming and my health coaching full time, along with having my voiceover thing that I was just talking about as like a side hustle to just make a little extra cash, have some fun type of thing. But really taking the bull by the horns and just kind of going in the direction that I want to go and stop wasting time. Because most of the time what holds me up is that, I am with the kids all week. I'm doing all the school stuff, all the weekly stuff, trying to get my stream running, doing my health coaching calls and, meetings that I have and things like that, trying to get that stuff together. One of my kids goes half days, one of my kids goes full days, and then I have my daughter here who decides when she wants to nap and stuff like that. So it gets tricky throughout every day. And most of the days my wife is gone from sun up to sundown just because that's her job during volleyball seasons, and it's just a crazy schedule to do. And then all weekend I basically don't see my family because I work from 8 to 8 on overnights, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And when I come home in the morning, Saturday and Sunday, I go right to sleep. And most Monday mornings, like I come home, I get everybody off to school, and then I work out, and then I stream, and then depending on what time my wife gets home, I might go to sleep around 5 or 6 o'clock and then just sleep through the night type of thing. But the path that I see to take is to be able to wean myself out of this job and kind of focus full time on the things that I want to do and make money on and make into my full time life. I don't plan on missing too much time with my kids ever because, I've seen that have to happen, and I don't want that to have to happen. So, I'm so excited about my own life-changing revelations that I forgot to ask about you. That's no worries. That's no problem. The stream's not meant to be about me. It's, it's about you guys and everybody that's going to come and be a part of the community. It's about all of us together, not just me or whatever. So I'm happy that you're excited. I'm very happy for the path that you've found and that you've chosen. And I'm proud of you for going for it, Yeah, because lack of sleep makes everything yours. Yes, it definitely does, and that's one reason why I want to cut doing what I'm doing at the ER out. It's just too challenging. It takes a lot of energy, and with everything that I'm trying to accomplish in my lifetime right now, I just don't have the gusto for that. You've helped me on my path, so you've at least accomplished something here. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Yeah, and that's what this stream is exactly meant for. I don't have all the right answers. I don't have all the perfect answers, but I might be able to offer a perspective, or somebody else in the community, when the community gets to grow a little bit more, might be able to offer up something that will help. And that's the point. That's why I wanted to do this, So I'm glad I did. It was perfect timing to start. And, I met you pretty much right off the bat. I think the second day I was streaming, I met you during me playing Call of Duty that one day. And then it's been a great time ever since then. You're a great person. You have a lot of potential. You have a lot of personality. So I'm glad that I met you and was able to interact with you and help you kick that off. That's very important to me. I almost made myself laugh because I looked at myself taking a sip of my drink. And I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5", and I think I'm about 250 pounds maybe, and I'm big. I'm big all over. Like, so when I pick up like a normal size cup or whatever, like it's like my hand kind of has the habit of like engulfing it. So I was just watching myself drink, and I saw all hand, and it looked like this little baby bottle. Yeah, like I see you being as successful as a life coach. Yeah, and I have a lot of things. I appreciate that. Thank you. I have a lot of things going on in the background where I'm consulting with some other coaches and things like that to really get things kicked off. And I have decided for myself that the only way to thoroughly be able to do that is to, make sure my ducks are in a row and get what doesn't need to be in my life out of the way so that I can proceed, So that's really where it's starting right today, And like I said, I'm going to be instituting some things over the weekend and really rolling hard on it next week. So I'm excited, eager, anxious, and excited. All three. But I appreciate that. Thank you very much. My 11:30 warning is about to come up. My pre-11:30 warning. Yeah, it's interesting too, because I've always like done this type of thing, like I said, in different jobs that I've worked at, and I noticed one day that it's something I like to do, and not even offering advice or whatever, because that's not what it's about. It's not about telling people what to do or where to go. Just being able to walk alongside people and learn from them and interact with them and hopefully benefit their lives in some way as they benefit mine from that interaction, And that's the beautiful part of having a career like that, is there's constant growth, there's constant learning, constant knowledge, and just a ton of value, a ton of value for me. I hope a ton of value for the people that I talk to and that I help on an everyday basis, So I've decided that's my, life thing. That's my dream, regardless of where streaming goes or podcasting goes or voiceover goes or whatever. That's my life. Coaching is my life. I did try to inadvertently kind of pigeonhole myself in a way, I feel like, because I've always been obsessed with health and fitness, and starting with the science aspect of diets and different nutrition factors and things like that, and then I expanded it into wanting to just being hungry for learning about fitness and learning about exercise and different things with how bodies work and things like that. And then that expanded into mindset, and then that expanded all over the place. And then, I just realized, like, life is an all-encompassing thing. Like, it's great to have a particular part of it and be a specialist. And I'm not saying anything bad about that or anything, but, I come at it from more of like a 300-foot view. And like, hey, I understand that in a lot of cases this happens. Like, I want to lose 100 pounds by next year. Like, okay. And then by the end of say a 3 to 6 month program, they're like, oh my God, like, I've decided that my job sucks, and, that I didn't even know that was causing me to eat and do all this other stuff, or it was just draining my energy and I couldn't exercise, or, it was causing me to do, self-damaging things, and just I was sabotaging myself by staying at this job or in this relationship or something, And the beautiful part about it is it's not advice that I offer. It's just being able to look at a situation, being like, well, I notice this little speck in your entire universe right here seems to be glowing a different color. You know what I mean? Speaking metaphorically, like, what do you think that is? And then it's a learning process for me and for them. And it's just a beautiful thing to be able to help people, I think you have that potential too, Andrea. Definitely. I think you're definitely that person that's going to make a big difference, I haven't actually seen who's your friend there, Bestest Crow. I don't think I've actually seen them in the stream or not. I'm not sure if they are checking out any of the videos or anything like that. But I have my social media links also in Twitch. So if they, want to get in touch with me for anything, or they want to check out any of my other streams or anything like that, there's all my stuff's in the profile. Hopefully they can get some value out of that. I also, before I forget, I went into my own channel. I also, before I forget, want to update my my socials to include my health coaching as well. Nope. Let me see, where is it? Clips, settings, channel stream. I forgot where it is. Disconnect protection. Ooh, I didn't even see that. You learn something new every day. And see, this is where my mind is, because now I have to take a screenshot of it to remember it for when I work on my stream stuff later. Where is my stuff? I am live. You're right. So, all right, that's that. Achievements, community, insights. All I'm looking for is my social media stuff. You know, one thing I don't like about school in the new age is that email is a huge thing. And I like that being one-on-one with a teacher, but I don't like being one-on-one with the teacher with the parents that aren't that well versed in technology. So they think they're one-on-one with the teacher and they don't realize they're responding to everybody else. It just, cause I'm one that I check my emails constantly for information that I need to keep up with, or if I have a meeting to get to, or if I have a new client registration or anything like that. Like I'm constantly looking through my emails just to make sure nothing important is coming up. And I get that double time now, being that, with the school involvement and stuff like that. Let's see, activity follows list content. I found it before and I don't know where. That's so weird. Featured content. Oh, here it is. Okay. Can I add more? Up to 5 social links. Okay. So maybe in one of those links, I'll change it to be like a link tree or something. Oh, I have it. Okay. My health coaching Instagram. Yeah. So, Andrea, if you talk to Bestest Crow at all, and he doesn't see it on my stream or anything like that, I have a link to my health coaching Instagram. That's what it's called. Where if you go into that, there in the bio from there, there's a link to all my other health coaching resources that I offer, including my podcast and stuff like that. I'm going to come up with a neater format to list everything so that it's not so convoluted, but there is a way for everybody to access me from my health coaching Instagram. All right. Yes. Okay. So with that, it's almost time for me to leave to go get my son from school, and then it's going to be lunchtime, and then it's going to be nap time for everybody. Hopefully they sleep. But thank you everybody for coming out. Andrea, thank you again for such a great conversation, for motivating me. As much as you've given me credit for helping you on your path, you've also helped me on mine. And, you've instigated me to start making changes in my life as well, to kind of follow suit with what I want to do and, kind of push the accelerator a little bit more. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But I will be back on Monday. I will tweet out or, link up on my socials for exactly what time I'll be on. 1:45 p.m. has been working the best for me. I have a little bit of time to get everything set up and get ready to go and, don't feel like so rushed, But it'll be between 1:30 and 1:45. I'll get started, and can't wait to see everybody Monday. I hope everybody has a great weekend. And when I can start streaming on the weekends and doing kind of intermittent things here and there, I definitely will. And I'll keep you guys updated as much as possible via socials and stuff. That's one thing I have to work on, is being more active and being more productive, and not just posting stuff about my kids all the time, even though they're cute. But, getting back on the ball with that stuff, it's easy to get distracted from that. But, a lot of good changes coming, a lot of positive things I see starting next week and over the weekend and such. So, like I said, I'll keep you guys up to date. And thank you guys for coming out and hanging out. Andrea, I hope you have a great weekend. And, good luck. If you need anything, you can whisper to me. You can contact me on my socials or whatever you need. For anybody out there who's watching this after the fact, my health coaching services, I'm still in the process of redoing my pricing on my website. So get in touch with me. That's my advice. Get in touch with me before going off of what's on there, because that was set up during like a whole convoluted situation. So it just doesn't make sense to me. And, I'm in the process of changing it, so I might not even have that website soon enough. But it's BAL Vitality LLC on Twitter. Facebook and Instagram, it's Balancing Vitality LLC. If you visit my Balancing Vitality LLC Instagram, you can click the link in my bio, and it has all my other resources. It has my link to my podcast and, all that other good stuff. How to get in touch with me, how to email me directly. That's the simplest way to get in touch. Every one of my socials for Twitch is Polymathic Dad at TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So check those out. Feel free to follow and all that good stuff. I also have YouTube for both of them, Balancing Vitality LLC and Polymathic Dad. Polymathic Dad is more game clips and stuff that I do on Twitch. Balancing Vitality LLC is more of stuff that I've recorded for my podcast and like basically video blogging and things like that. So lots of great stuff on all there. I'll get this stuff together within the next week or so, and I'll be excited to see you guys next time. And until then, enjoy. Have a good one. Ooh, I'm sorry. Clicked on something. Bye, guys.